sure what was funnier, Senator Conway or indeed yourself on Tinder. Leader, I'm sure no one here wants to hear the word passport again, express or otherwise, but I'd like to raise the issue of the government cost of documents. At the time of a cost of living crisis, we should be looking at on all areas where we can ease financial burden where people may be experiencing. The one fact that stands out when it comes to costs of government documents is that they are not a discretionary expenditure. When it comes to groceries, people might be able to choose a different brand. When it comes to energy, perhaps a few euros can be shaved off a bill by switching provider. But there's only one place to buy a passport. There's only one place to buy a driving licence. €20 pop plus £1.50 postage for a birth cert, a marriage cert, a death cert. It sounds like a threat of a loan shark. You get married, pay me. Have a kid, pay me. You die, pay me. Learning to drive is a real kicker too. Theory test, €45. Provisional, €35. Government mandated 12 lessons, €545. Driving test, €85. Driving licence, €55. €765 before spending a cent on insurance, petrol or indeed the car itself. €75 for a passport, €100 if you want the card too, an extra £5 for postage if you prefer not to do it online. Bottom line is that there are a lot of expenses that the government can affect, yet there is also expenses which only the government can affect, and so often these are the ones which people have no choice to pay. So perhaps we can look at those prices and see if the Exchequer could allow the people some breathing room when it comes to these mandatory expenses. And I'd like to thank Councillor Vincent Jackson for bringing this issue to me, and I was happy to raise it here today in the Shannon Forum. Thank you.
Senator Keogan spoke this morning about the cost of documents. I think you make a valid point that it is quite costly, particularly to get your driver's licence. There's a long way to go to get to that point. I know that the government are looking at cost of living measures, and they're specifically looking. Minister Michael McGrath was out at the weekend speaking about the work that's happening in his Department of Public Expenditure. I think all departments now are looking at anywhere where they are requiring a payment or where costs are prescribed by the government. They're trying to reduce those costs across the board. So that is actively being looked at. And just to welcome as well, I'm sure you'd be aware, Senator, that Minister Norma Foley has announced that Leaving Cert fees for this year are to be waived as well. So the government is doing everything that it can to try and reduce the cost burden on families and individuals where it can.